So you're a managing director, correct, and global head of sales at UBS?
Yep, I'm one of the partners, yeah.
Can we get into that? Like, so what does that entail?
So I started a hedge fund with 3 guys a while back. And most of my career I was on the trading and investing side. And then, eventually the investors want to talk to somebody. And most of the traders are, right brain sort of stuff. And I was kind of like the client-friendly guy. They could take the clients out to dinner, explain what was going on in the portfolio. And then next thing you know, they say, can you do this full time? So I kind of left the trading side, investing side, to kind of deal with all the clients. So our offices now are in New York, Chicago, San Francisco, London, Zurich, Hong Kong, Singapore, Tokyo, and Shanghai.
Really?
Big group.
Yeah.
We've grown a lot.
Quite a size.
And I travel all the time.
And that started in
2000.
That started in 2000.
You only started, yeah. So if ever you want to look at my life journey, just watch my TED Talk. It's called Be a Jellyfish. It talks about my whole... So my goal in life, not to preempt the TED Talk, was I just wanted to make as much money as possible and follow Jimmy Buffett around to the day I died because I was a parrot head. I still am a parrot head, right? And then life gets in the way of that stuff. And then I didn't even know North Carolina. North Carolina is nothing to me. I'm a New Yorker. I only discovered North Carolina when I wanted to make wine. Other than that, it just was a purely accidental thing. So, but you have to be open to those changes in life. That's why you got to watch my TED Talk.
Yeah.
Don't be a jellyfish.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, you didn't
right?
know it.
Exactly.
Nothing about jellyfishes.
No, which is the freaky part, right? I was like, what's going on? There's no jellyfish
Has
here.
nothing to do with jellyfish.
That's the art of a great story. It's got nothing to do with the title, right?
That's a good way to get them hooked in.
Exactly.
So what's your opinion on a work-life balance? Because I'm sure when you were on Wall Street, I'm sure you probably didn't have that much of a work-life balance. So it's more work. Do you think, like, because I know some people don't really believe in it. They're like, hey, you should just fully pursue something, or like you can't, there's not always going to be a balance. Like it's like maybe you work really hard for 5 years and then you have the life balance on the other side. So what's your...
So, I would look at your life in like 10-year increments, right?
Okay.
So in your 20s, you're trying to figure out, what you want to do with your life. And in your 30s, you figure it out, and then you're on the journey to establish yourself. And in your 40s, you kind of become the guy in that space. Then in your 50s, you're just kind of like the work-life balance kind of shifts over. So in your first 10, 15 years, you just got to put the time in. There's no shortcuts. But the time is just not just hard work. It's building your network. Your network is everything. Who you meet, because you'll have a group of friends that are equally ambitious, but and they will go up with you, and that's your network. So this is why I think this is the problem with working from home is a bit tricky, because you don't have a chance to build your network. When you're working shoulder to shoulder with somebody, I get it, right? But it's not for the company's benefit. Sometimes it's for your benefit because you're starting to build that franchise. Yeah. Because, it's the old thing, there's no I in team, right? You go up together, but you want to build that team. And you build it by spending time. So you just got to put the skin in the game.
Yeah.
But then you got to know when to unplug. A lot of my friends have not been able to unplug yet. They're 67-year-old miserable fucking bastards with a lot of money. Don't have any friends, don't have any downtime. You got to be careful when you achieve that level of success to pull that plug. Very hard. Yeah. Because you're making all this money, and you're like, oh, well, dude, life is short. But that's the hardest part of the journey, believe it or not. And you all get there. All you guys will get there. You guys will make a lot of money, be successful, but you got to know when to turn the page. It's hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems like when you're pursuing something, just to stop it or like retire, and so they say. No,
it's tough. But like Jerry Seinfeld, the comedian, right? He had something. Always leave them wanting more. Okay, he left at the top. You don't want to overstay your welcome. That's the bad one. Like, why is this old guy hanging around here, right? Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard in life.
So you've been through. So I guess they're kind of like, because grapes are kind of like I guess like, because I was listening to the podcast you were on with Life in the Carolinas, and you're talking about how grapes are kind of like in their growing age of like the first 15, and then they kind of mature, then they hit their peak.
Yeah.
So it's just.
Well, they're kind of like us, right? So if you take care of your grape, it can last 80 years.
Yeah.
So the first 10, 15 years are kind of like a snotty adolescent you want to pummel because they just ignore you, right? Do their own thing. And then the years kind of like 20 to 35. You're like, okay, they're not a juvenile delinquent after all. There's some hope that they could be something in society. And then in 35, kind of like the 50, they're like, okay, oh, that pain was good. They're really doing things. And then after 50, they kind of begin a slow, gradual decline. It's kind of like our life, right? Because we should define who we are by the time we're 50, right? And who we're going to be. And the grape should tell me, this is the style of wine I'm going to make by the time we're 50. Problem is, I'm going to be dead by then, right? Well dead, because but that's where the second and third generations come in, and they're kind of like living off of the effort that you did, right?